Hey everyone, thanks for joining us here today at Book Blather. If you're new here, I'm Dave, this is Olive, and we talk about books we've read or acquired recently to help spread the joy of reading. So today we're doing we've been catching up on our we did a number of book hauls that we hadn't videoed yet, so we're still catching up on those. I mentioned that there was two. We had gone to a local library sale, and we had gone to two of those a few months apart at the same library and hadn't recorded them yet. So that's what we're doing now. As always, we're going to keep them separate because, we got a number of things at each one. So this will be part one. This will be the one that we went to months ago, actually, and just didn't show you the books yet. So we'll be quick. We have to do this quick today, but so this haul is one of the smaller ones, let's say. So the first book is we found a paperback copy of Stephen King's The Stand. So this is we already have a copy of an old hardcover copy of The Stand, but this was a more modern softcover, and we know there have been changes. So we just felt like we should have this. This is a very long book for us. I don't know that we'll ever read either version, but I just felt like we should have both. So when something's a buck, it's hard to pass up. So the next one we picked up is this Joe Hill, 20th Century Ghosts. So this is a collection of short stories. We have loved everything that we've read, but we haven't read a ton. But we read Nosferatu like 2 years ago, I think, and we loved that book. It was kind of long, but we really enjoyed that book. We also read the entire graphic novel series of Lock and Key, which is our favorite graphic novel series of all time, which is also by Joe Hill. So Joe Hill, Stephen King's son, has a number of books out, but those things that we've read so far we loved. So we want to read more of him. So we saw this collection of short stories. We picked it up. This was already on our radar, so it was on our extended TBR, so we were happy to see this there. Okay, the next one we picked up is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. And this, I don't know a whole lot about it, other than I just know this is one of those, what do you call them, dark academia books, where this is about a young woman that drops out of school and gets involved in drugs and all sorts of bad things, and ends up being the sole survivor of some homicide event, and she ends up getting a second chance and goes to, I think, Yale it is, where she becomes part of like the secret society there, and they tamper with forbidden magic, they raise the dead, and sometimes they prey on the living. So anyway, I actually really haven't read any dark academia, and I've wanted to for a while, so this sounded kind of cool. I know she's very popular. She has the Shadow and Bone series and the other one, that Crooked Kingdom series. And so anyway, so I don't know that we'll try it imminently, but we actually are kind of excited to try that one. So, but as always, if you have some thoughts on it, let us know. So here's another one we picked up. Again, I know very little about this one, but I know it was getting a lot of hubbub for a while, which is Ring Shout, which is a horror novella. But I'm not going to pronounce this wrong, but Djeli Clark. And I know I butchered that, and I'm so sorry. But so Ring Shout is, I don't know much about it other than that it is a horror that, it's centered on, I guess, some Ku Klux Klan members that are, going around hunting people down, and then there's these resistance people that are hunting them down, I think, and stopping them. So supposedly it's a pretty good horror story. That's really all I know about it, but it's nice and short, horror, my kind of book, so we picked it up. All right, this was a really interesting find. I had never heard of this, but it looks amazing. This is called Properties of Light by Rebecca Goldstein. And this book, this is my kind of book, like combining like a little science with a little literature with some emotion. This is so Rebecca Goldstein is a philosopher, and in particular concentrates in philosophy of science. And what this story is about is it centers around three people. There's this great physicist and her daughter, who's a devoted helper of this physicist, and her love interest, who's her father's protege. And they are all working on solving some basic problem of quantum mechanics. But there's this the complicated relationship between the three, because the two of them have this love story, but she's very devoted to her father, and so it causes some issues. And so it's exploration, a lot of their their exploration of their emotions and their love, but also of determining in the context of this, what is real, and the nature of time and everything. It all apparently is all interwoven in this. Let me see. They can do it better justice here. The book grapples with these elusive mysteries, but at its heart is a fiery love story of startling urgency. Insights into quantum mechanics and relativity theory are attached to the nerve fibers of human emotions, and these connections are alive with poignancy and pathos. So, I don't know. It's probably not a book for everybody, but to me, this sounds amazing, and I had never heard of this before, so I was really excited to find this. And this is probably one that we'll try pretty soon. A novel of love, betrayal, and quantum physics. That's right up our alley, I think. Okay, and the last one we got on this trip was a graphic novel, V for Vendetta, by Alan Moore. And the artist, is that David Lloyd, the artist, or is he co-author? Anyway, so this was published quite some time ago. This is an old, very popular graphic novel, and it is about like where future England becomes, a totalitarian society, and the quest for hope in that kind of society. So it is well known, but I've never read it, and I found this very good condition copy. You can see it's the old style comics. That's how old this is. And let me see if I can get a date here real quick. 82. It was first published in another form in 82, I guess. So, so we were happy to find this. We read a lot. We don't talk about a lot on the channel, but we do read a lot of graphic novels, and we got to start talking about them more on the channel, I guess. But so we're excited to find that. So that was it for that haul. That was a smaller haul, if you can believe that. But if you've been here for a while, you know that. So that was part one. That was like I said, a used book sale at the Fairfield Public Library, and that was months ago. And so this is part one. We now just recently they had another sale, so we recently went to another one where we got even more books than this. So that's part two, which will be coming up very shortly. So if you've read any of these books, as always, you have any comments on them, or you're looking forward to read any of them, or you have any suggestions for us about what we prioritize, definitely let us know in the comments. If you don't have anything substantive you want to say, you can always leave Olive a puppy emoji. She always likes to see those. So thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll see you next time.